Then, hello friends. Welcome to Bloodborne. It's been a while since I've played this game. It's been a long while. Especially on the channel, of course. It's been years since I played on the channel. And it's been a while since I played at all, honestly. I haven't played Bloodborne in a very long time. So this is an exciting thing to do. Have at thee. I do know that the combat is a lot more fast-paced, because, you know, I've played Bloodborne before. It's my favorite game in the Souls series. Like, out of every Souls game and Souls-like game, Bloodborne is my favorite, but my favorite Dark Souls game is Dark Souls 2, which we will be doing after Bloodborne. I have no goal for this first episode, and we are going to be doing most of the looting, because I'm going to skip a specific section of looting in the, in Old Yharnam, where there's like a drop down that you can do to get like some cosmetic for your messengers if you want it. I don't really want it, so, you know, I'm not too interested. But yeah, this game is much more aggression-based. You are promoted to be aggressive. It's probably why I'm so aggressive now in Dark Souls. Like, aggression is highly promoted, especially by the fact that you can gain back lost life from enemies. Like when they hit you, a little orange bar replaces where your red health was. And what happens if you hit them with that orange bar is that you get that life back. You gain back the health that they took from you. I will also be calling the game's currency what it is called, Blood Echoes. I'm not going to call it Souls, even though a lot of people call it Souls, or call them Souls. I call them Blood Echoes, because I like to speak correctly about my favorite game, and also that is the first time I've ever beaten that guy to death. Big. I'm also going to turn down sound effects to the lowest, because, you know, those get a little annoying when you can't hear me talk over the sound of the game. So sorry if the game audio is a little quiet. In fact, I'm going to rewatch this video by myself. Or not by myself, I'm gonna watch this video and see how I feel about the audio level. Like, if I think I sound a little too quiet, if the game's too quiet, I'll mess with the audio based on it. Because I know it's probably hard to hear me sometimes. I've heard your complaints, I've seen your comments. Hello, sir. Are you having a good day today, sir? Okay, let me just give you a few smacks. Pull this lever here. No thank you. But yeah, this game, I would say it's easier than Dark Souls, but that's just a me thing. And plus, Dark Souls is kind of meant to be hard. I mean, I'm not at all saying Bloodborne is easy. I think it's easier because it's the game I know. I know this game very well. Like, and I love this game through and through. This game is amazing. I'm going to be skipping cutscenes though, like I said. Like I did in Dark Souls 3, I will be skipping cutscenes, because I've already seen them plenty of times. I will be doing that through the entire Souls series, as well as Bloodborne, as you've seen. As you're seeing now, I will be doing that through the entire series of every single game. So if you want to see the cutscenes, then these are not the playthroughs for you. I am not showing cutscenes, because I don't want to bother sitting through them. Oh, by the way, that doll right there, for those of you who are new to Bloodborne, or don't remember from the last playthrough, without any commentary, she is basically the Firekeeper. You know, the Firekeeper in Dark Souls 3? She's your Firekeeper. She spends your blood echoes for you, and turns them into your levels. so you can get big and strong. But anyways, now that I've got my saw cleaver, oh, I don't put my blunderbuss out. Now that I've got my cleaver and gun, there we go. I can actually kill these guys. I mean, I'm not saying I can't kill them with my fists, but I don't want to do a fist-only playthrough. There are plenty of people who do fist-only playthroughs, and if you want to see one of those, I'm not doing it. I might do a challenge run for like one of the Souls games, like, I don't know, but nothing like fist only or no death, no hit, nothing crazy like that, because in these games I die a lot. Even though I'm good at them, I die a lot, because that's just part of the game. I think the only game I would be comfortable doing a no death run in is Bloodborne. Because, you know, it's Bloodborne. I know this game well, as I've said. Bloodborne or Dark Souls 3. I hesitate to say 2 or 1 because 1 has a few bosses that absolutely destroy me. Same thing with 2. Anyways, like I was saying about this game promotes being aggressive, you can tell the major difference from just that little scrap right there. Because if this was Dark Souls, at least one of them probably would have gotten an attack off and absolutely ganked the hell out of me. Also, parrying in this game is a lot different. You gotta shoot them when they're doing their attack. Like, right as it's happening, you gotta shoot them. Oh yeah, and some enemies cannot be parried. Okay then. But this game, this guy is one of them that can. Also, backstabs aren't a thing. I mean, they kinda are. You gotta do a power attack on their back, though, to open them up for it. Oh, that's the first death, because I wanted to kill this guy. But anyways, as you can see, if you do a parry too late or too early, you died. First death of the series, first of many. But anyways, if you do a parry too late or too early, you're just gonna shoot them with your gun, and that's it. That's all you do is you shoot them. And then, if you don't, I think it's put points into blood tinge, I think it is, that guns use. Then your gun does basically nothing. I mean, even with lots of blood tinge, your gun is inferior to your melee weapon. Like, you really have to be going for a gun build to do that. Also, Bloodborne handles retrieving your blood echoes extremely different to Souls, because to get your echoes back, you have to kill the thing that killed you. In most cases, an enemy will pick up your echoes and you'll be forced to kill them. See? You can tell who has your echoes by if they have purple eyes or not. If they have purple eyes, they're your guy, but if they're just normal, then obviously they're normal. And as you saw there, I got my echoes. Blood echoes retrieved. Yeah, man. Kill that guy and get my blood vials. I think there's a blood gem back here. Or, I thought there was something back here. That's why I came to fight him. But no, it turns out it's just some guy. But anywho, if I'm remembering correctly, Bloodborne does not have any illusionary walls or anything like that. So don't worry about illusions. It does have secret paths and lots of hidden stuff, though. Oh yeah, and by the way, just because Bloodborne promotes aggression doesn't mean it promotes greed. Because if you get greedy in any of these games, it will absolutely spell out your doom. Also, it's going to be nice to finally be able to take ball damage again. Also, Bloodborne's fast pace is just absolutely wonderful. It's a nice change of pace from Dark Souls. because you gotta understand, I've just finished playing Dark Souls 2 and killing every single boss. Yes, including Lud and Sala, or whatever his name is, in the Frigid Outskirts, and no, I do not want to talk about it. It's a very nice change of pace. Dark Souls 2, though, will be coming after after Bloodborne. So expect that. But yeah, in most cases with these normal enemies, you'll attack faster than they do, but just because you think you might attack faster than them doesn't mean you always do. Also, be wary of ambushes, because enemies in this game love their ambushes. They also love ganging up on you. Like there's a okay. That's how I extend my weapon. They also love putting big groups of enemies together. Also, there's combos that you can do for big damage, but normally I don't do them. I just kind of stick with the normal slashes. I used to be an axe player, like I used to play with the axe and use like exclusively the axe, extended of course, because I thought only about damage and not about like the saw cleaver does probably more damage than the axe, because damage per second, like you get in more hits before the boss can. I mean, even though the axe does more damage as a weapon, I'm pretty sure the saw cleaver does more damage once you add it up, because you can get more hits in because it's not more faster. It's because it's faster. Like in most times, it beats the enemy to the punch. So you know, I mean, sure, the extra range of the axe was appreciated and all, and I enjoyed having it. And I considered even playing with it for this playthrough, you know, as a callback to how I used to play, but it's just too slow and clunky for me. Especially when you have to be fast. Also, Sister Freed was some excellent training for the speed of Bloodborne, because trust me, I am not ready for this speed. This game requires you to be fast, and I'm not quite there yet. But don't worry, I'll get used to the speed of the combat of this game once again, just like I got used to Dark Souls again, by playing through all of Dark Souls 1, which reignited my desire to play the game. Well, it's not even that I played the game. It's more, I can't remember what ignited my desire to play the game. I think it was me playing through Dark Souls 1, and then I told someone that I would be playing through all of the Dark Souls series now, as well as Bloodborne, because I'm bored. That's basically the whole reason I decided to do this. Play through all the games subsequently and do every single thing. Not every single thing, but play through Dark Souls 3, 2, and 1 so many times. Literally just out of pure boredom, because I have nothing better to do with my time right now. Like, I have basically nothing to do, so this is at least something that's interesting and lets me do YouTube, which I sometimes like doing. Just kidding. I like doing YouTube, but it's just sometimes, you know, I just fall out of it and don't want to post anything, because, you know, I wanted to play through Batman. As you guys know, I wanted to play through Arkham Knight, but I just feel like that game would take too long to do all the most wanteds and everything for YouTube, as well as all the Riddler trophies and stuff. So if I do get back around to playing Arkham Knight and doing that and everything, I cannot promise that I will be doing all of the most wanteds. I can't promise that I'll 100% the game for YouTube. I might do that for myself, you know, to play it off camera and play it by myself. But really, it's what really kills my enthusiasm for the game is just having to run around collecting stupid collectibles and not knowing what to do. But I do think that it's a good game and it's fun and everything. And I'm not gonna keep up the act that I don't know what the game is. I know full well the whole story. I watched a YouTube playthrough of it a long time ago. Like, I know the boss fights, I know everything. So I'm not gonna act like I don't. Like I did in the first playthrough for some reason. I think it was because someone asked me to play a game blind. So I just wanted to oblige. And act like I didn't know what the hell I was doing. When in reality I know full well the story of Arkham Knight. Oh god, lycanthropes. Visceral attack. Die! Now you. Visceral attack. Oh yeah, and visceral attacks also fill up your orange bar completely. You know, your orange lost health bar. Like, so if you have damage that you've taken, also I am just covered in blood. So if you've taken damage and then get a visceral attack, it instantly fills it up for you. Now we're gonna do something that may not be a little... Oops, didn't mean to bow. We're gonna do something that may not be the smartest idea, but hey, we're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna try and take on the Cleric Beast right now. Because, you know, I know how to fight Cleric Beast. And I know how to play this game. Literally my only issue right now is that I'm probably going to have a little bit of trouble adjusting to the speed. Kinda like I did in my first playthrough. I had a lot of trouble adjusting to how fast the game went. And on subsequent playthroughs, even then, I still had trouble. Because, you know, I had taken long breaks. But I trust in my abilities. I'm fairly certain I'll be just fine. Because, you know, it's Cleric Beast, I mean, come on. I'm hoping not to get, like, destroyed by later bosses, like Ebrietas, Daughter of the Cosmos. That boss I am a little concerned about. I am definitely concerned about Orphan of Kos. That is some real cause for concern. Eh? Cause for concern? Kos? Some real cause for concern. I want to kill these guys for the echoes because, you know, I'm greedy like that. Also, Central Yharnam is just a great area, so I don't mind going through it. These giant guys, and axe guy that you saw, they're pretty decent to teach you parrying, because their attacks aren't that hard to block, or parry, I mean. Also, by the by, you cannot parry these giant monsters. Like Cleric Beast and stuff, you can't parry them. Oh boy, it's gonna be a long fight. With how little damage I do. Oh god, I've been grabbed, I'm gonna die now. Or not. I'm used to Dark Souls damage, like late Dark Souls damage. So yeah, we're gonna fight the Cleric Beast. I also adore Bloodborne's rip 'em up style, where you have to hit at body parts of big monsters and break them up and open them up for visceral attacks. Also, I'm getting my ass kinda kicked by Cleric Beast. I don't know why I'm going silent like he's a hard boss. Oh god, I got snatched. But yeah, Cleric Beast is easy. It would have been funny if he immediately killed me there, like grabbed me and killed me or something, right after I called him easy. But hey, yeah, he killed me. I mean, even though he's Cleric Beast, I came to him at literally, like, the lowest level you can be. I mean, I guess that is kind of a that's fair, Cleric Beast. Get your win. I got a little too greedy. I got a little in over my head because oh, hello. What the hell am I doing here? But yeah, I got a little in over my head thinking I could just wallop Cleric Beast because, you know, he's Cleric Beast. He's the easiest boss in the game, even though that is Witches of Hemlock. Like, I really had that. He's the first boss. How hard can he be? But yeah, we're all good. It's fine. I mean, hey, I admit my shame in these games. Like, I genuinely don't mind you guys seeing me struggle even with easy bosses because, you know, even if I make an excuse or something, I'm still a human. You guys know that I struggle with, that I'm going to struggle with things. And I won't use the excuse of, oh god, I haven't played in a while, so you can't blame me for being bad, hee hee hee. We all know it's my fault if I don't do very well. But this time, well, it looks like we're gonna have to beat Cleric Beast at level 13, I think you start when you choose Violent Past. I don't know what level I am. Then again, I don't really care, because the saga of Rumi continues. I also like how quickly you get back into the fight. Like, you just pass through that mist so fast. I'm gonna chuck a Molotov at ya. Visceral attack. Now, die. Now I'm gonna chuck another Molotov at ya. And another one. I mean, this is kind of cheesy, I admit, but hey, whatever you gotta do to get by, right? I mean, hey, they wouldn't let you have Molotovs in the very beginning if they didn't want you to use them. Like, they wouldn't give you these things if they weren't meant to be used, you know? Say whatever you want, I don't care. I don't care if you think my tactics are scummy. I will use whatever strategy I want to beat the boss that I shouldn't be fighting at this level. Well, it's not that I shouldn't be fighting. I mean, plenty of people probably came here, like, first, not knowing that there was a boss fight here, and got absolutely decimated. I know I did. I came here, like, at this level on my first ever playthrough, and I got absolutely destroyed. Well, actually, no, I didn't get here because I sucked. Like, I sucked so hard I couldn't even get past those opening villagers. You know, like the crowd of villagers in the beginning. The very, very beginning, you know, the first ever enemies you encounter. Yeah, I did that. I died to them constantly. I could never get past them, and they actually made me quit the game. And that's one of my biggest ever mistakes, because I genuinely think there's a genuine possibility that I could have never picked this game up ever again. And I would have never discovered the beauty of Bloodborne, the absolutely gorgeous, wonderful game. Also, by the way, unlike Dark Souls, your health doesn't actually get all that high. Like, honestly, the health I have right now is pretty close to what you're gonna be stuck with for most of the game. I mean, obviously that's not at all accurate. It's gonna get a little bit longer. Like, you see the end of that little white line that shows where my items are? If it gets to, like, about there, basically, she's just telling you, I'll give you I'll use your blood echoes to increase your power, friend. Spend those nice tasty blood echoes, getting my strength up to do more damage, and my health and my stamina up, so I can attack more. Fortify my cleaver to do even more damage, so I can so I can hit hard. But yeah, I'm glad I got to kill Cleric Beast, like that, like, easy, GG easy. Don't worry about the, Chalice dungeons and everything, cause we will be fighting the Blood Queen. I'm not doing Chalice dungeons on camera. It's bad enough I have to do them, and do a system I don't understand, but we're gonna do them, so don't worry. Chalice dungeons will be done. Like, I will go suffer through it by myself, so that you guys can see that final boss. You know, I'll tell you what, maybe I'll do a couple Chalice dungeons. Not even a couple, like 1 or 2. Wait, that is a couple. Maybe I'll do a Chalice dungeon on camera, like just 1, so you see that you're not missing much. Because the boss fights in there aren't that interesting anyway. And there's a few that are literally just boss fights from earlier in the game, that you just do again. I'm gonna drop down here and see what's down this way. I know my way around Central Yharnam. I know it quite well, actually. I know how to get things and go places. It's just when I start taking paths I normally wouldn't, that I don't actually know where I'm going. But I know where I am. So don't worry. Like, really don't worry about my navigation in any of these games. Even Dark Souls 1, which I am the least familiar with. I know exactly where I'm going and what to do, you know? Central Yharnam will be cleared out in this episode, possibly kill Gascoigne too, but I doubt Gascoigne will be killed in this episode. Gascoigne will probably be the opener to episode 2, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with fighting a boss to open the second episode. If you come through here, you meet a hunter. A friendly hunter, though. Not aggressive, unless you attack her. I mean, you can attack her, but I don't know why you'd do that. Because she has a side quest, and this is a rare instance in one of these games where I actually know how to do a character's side quest by heart. Like, I know how to do Eileen, the Hunter of Hunters side quest, and it leads to genuinely one of the hardest fights in the game with a hunter, and it is horrible. But yeah, Eileen's a nice character. Just talk to her. She'll give you some bold hunter's masks. Yeah, pump yourself up, Rumi. You can talk to her a little again, and she'll give you an emote to shake off your cape, and then she'll tell you a hunter must hunt. Later, to talk to her again, just return to the chapel where you killed Gascoigne, and you'll be able to talk to her there again. Too, I think you return to her either after, I can't remember, like, fully, but I know every location that she ends up in. You fight a hunter with her in Father Gascoigne's arena. I think it's after the Witches of Hemwick. Either that, or it's either Hemwick Witches, or Vicar Amelia. Or it might be Vicar, but I call her Vicar. It might be after Vicar Amelia, who absolutely kicked my ass in my first ever playthrough, by the way. I say my first ever playthrough, and really I mean my second playthrough, but let's be real here. Can we call going to the village, dying over and over and over again, and then giving up a playthrough? So I call it my first ever genuine attempt at the game, my first playthrough. But yeah, I am not ashamed to admit that even basic villagers whooped my ass when I first ever started playing. Like, they destroyed me. And that's because I didn't understand how to play. I mean, it's no different than dying to the last giant a whole bunch and meeting your first wall there in Dark Souls 2, or getting your ass stomped in by the Asylum Demon because you don't know where to go in Dark Souls 1. It's literally no different. Like, well, for me at least, it's no different. I mean, it might not be a boss, sure, but like, whatever. It might not be a boss, but it doesn't have to be a boss. It was my first ever genuine roadblock in one of these games that kinda paved the way for, like, teaching me these games are not gonna be easy for you. These are not the kind of games that you can just pick up and play. Genuinely, these games are not at all pick up and play. If you want to play these games and actually get somewhere, you have to put in some effort. You have to put forth work. Like, you have to get good. I mean, I know that's a meme, but you have to get good before you can genuinely enjoy these games. Oh, and by the by, if you're looking to max out your stamina as quickly as possible, get it up to level 40, because that's the maximum. If you're interested in any of the resistances it gives you, keep leveling it up, but for those of you who want to get your stamina as high as you can, as quickly as possible, level 40 is the maximum, just like in the other games. Except Dark Souls 2 for some reason, because you can raise your stamina higher. And I don't understand it, but hey, whatever. I'll take my 1 point of extra stamina, thank you. Even though now I'm leveling up my vitality so I can get better armor on. Well, actually, I don't know what I'm going to level up in Dark Souls 2, because I wanted vitality so I could wear some gauntlets. But I don't know. I think I might level up my dexterity and strength, or maybe my health, so I can last longer in a fight. I don't know. I think I might upgrade dex and strength though, so I can hit harder. Even though that's like, you know, nah. Hitting hard in Dark Souls 2 is definitely the one thing I'm not lacking. I think my character could do with a little more health though, because stamina's fine too, and raising it 1 point at a time is definitely not helping. And if it is helping, quote unquote, it's very little, you know? Oh, and this is an area that is secret, question mark, I guess you could call it that. Like, if you want to classify it as that, go ahead, but, you know, it's off the beaten path is probably the more correct thing to say. Like, you're definitely not gonna find this unless you take a look around Central Yharnam and actually, you know, look for stuff like I'm doing. I already know how to get here. Oh. But yeah, like, this is one of those places where it's not really secret, but it's definitely out of the way. And oh god, I cannot explain how much I enjoy that this game does not punish you for dying. Dark Souls 2, I 1 also. Like, all the games in a way punish you for dying by hollowing you and not allowing you to summon help, which I don't care that much about, but Dark Souls 2 has the most severe punishment of lowering your maximum health and forcing you to use a human effigy. Though, most of the time, you can just hollow a little for a little while, and then once it gets to like a decent chunk of your health, use a human effigy. So if you ration out your effigies, then you won't have to use that many. I just kind of use them out of impulse, because I like having all of my health. Not even impulse, I just like using them because it just feels wrong to have that little sliver of health gone. And you get so many anyway. Like, I've used tons in my playthrough, and I still have like 30 something left. Cause I use them like a crackhead, constantly, anytime. Like, I use them like every 3 deaths. And sometimes I'll wait a little longer to use them. But yeah, this is where you get your hunter armor. The hunter set. And this is basically the armor I'm going to be wearing for most of the game. Like, I'm going to keep most of this, or some of this, because I buy the hunter armor, or the Yharnam hunter armor from the messengers in their little bath. So yeah, actually, never mind, this armor is not the correct armor, but if, hey, the hunter armor is better, looks better, and feels better to wear than what you get in the beginning, which is like some hood and weird looking suit. Now I feel and look like an actual hunter. I mean, I don't need this to feel like a hunter or look, but I need, okay, yes I do, I need to wear stuff like this to feel like I'm actually a hunter. Also, that little eyeball under your blood echoes, if you have enough insight, is what that's called, insight, when you get insight, the things start revealing themselves to you. Like your basically it's like your third eye is opening. The more insight you gain, the more things that you see in the world that are changed. Like you can see enemies different, that have, some enemies will have different appearances. You'll see things that weren't there before. And you'll see things that you shouldn't see, essentially, because you have insight. You can see the things that are not meant to be seen, that your eyes hide, so that you know, don't have to see the true horrors of this world. But insight is a double-edged sword. There are cases where insight actually makes things harder for you. So while you reveal things from the world that you can't see normally without any, and you actually need insight, to unlock the doll, like you need insight to unlock the doll, like, but once you get all that insight, or not even all that insight, you need 1 insight for the doll to become available. And once she's available, she's just there. So even if you run out of insight, she'll still be there. But I'm pretty sure that if you run out of insight, then the things you start seeing that weren't there before start disappearing. It's like you're losing your insight in exchange to keep your sanity. But there are cases where insight makes the game harder, like I said. There, in the Witches of Hemwick fight, those little spaghetti-headed dudes, I've heard that if you have 0 insight, they don't even appear. I wonder if that's true, so we're going to be testing that in this playthrough. I'm in a boat. Oh, I was in a boat. Anyway. Lost my train of thought, but anyway. We're going to test that. You can also use your insight to buy things. There is another messenger's bath where they take insight as currency. And you can buy special things like gas coins set. There's other things you can get there like electric and fire paper, I think. You can get that from there, if I'm remembering correctly. But essentially you can use your insight to get things, as well as, you know, keeping it to do whatever with. I don't know. I mean, whatever you want to do with your insight, keep it. I mean, I always hoard it, like it's the goddamn end of the world and I need it, when in reality, insight isn't needed that badly. I don't think you actually need it. Like, need it, like you need it to progress. I think the only case where it is required for you to make progress is with the doll. Also, I'm gonna climb this ladder because it leads to a shortcut that you can open up. But I think with Insight, if I'm remembering correctly, it doesn't do anything other than reveal like cosmetic things for the world. Like seeing the amygdalas hanging on the walls. Uh, I think there's also, I mean, there's obviously the obvious case of the doll, but other than that, I think it's only cosmetic and serves to make the game harder in exchange for like more lore, more narrative significance, I guess. I don't know. But I'm not playing these games for a story. I'm playing them for the great gameplay. Oh, by the way, there are a few people that you can bring to the Cathedral Ward, as you know. But the Cathedral Ward, we're not going to talk to this child because I am not getting them killed. I will take the music box she gives you, though. So if you want to make Gascoigne's fight better, or not better, easier, you can accept to find the girl's mother, and she'll give you a music box. Equip the music box and use it in the Father Gascoigne fight. Oops. And use it during the Father Gascoigne fight. And then he'll stun and give you a little time to breathe. Because for an early boss, like the second boss, and if you're only going for required bosses, because I think most players would encounter Cleric Beast first, and then end up killing him. For a non-required boss, not non-required, but for most people's second boss, and in some cases first boss, Father Gascoigne is extremely aggressive. He's aggressive, he's fast, and he hits hard. Which is a lot for new players. It was definitely a whole lot for me. Like, as I said, I struggled with basic villagers. Now try and imagine me fighting Father Gascoigne. I got my ass handed to me so many times. Like, he just destroyed me. Which is how I know firsthand, also, what the hell are you doing up here? That Father Gascoigne is not an easy boss, especially for new players. But that is from the perspective of new players. Obviously, for a player like me or someone else who's experienced with the game, he's not going to be that difficult. I mean, sure, he has his challenge. He has the same things about him, you know, like the aggression and everything. Like I said, but, you know, other than that, he's not too bad. Also, fist that butthole. I mean, just, like, basically like every other boss, don't get greedy and don't be stupid. If you're greedy and dumb, he's gonna absolutely kick your ass. Also, we're gonna fight Gascoigne in this episode. We're gonna open up the shortcut to his boss room because I don't know, just in case, because I'm still not confident. I mean, obviously, I just hyped up Gascoigne as being pretty difficult, so I'm concerned about him giving me a rough time. I doubt he will, but, you know, just in case. This is less of a I'm scared of him and more of a just in case. You know, like, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, oops, meant to use multiple. This is literally just for precaution. Also, all these cold blood dues get you a bunch of blood echoes, especially for super early on. Use them, and then return to the hunter's dream. Don't be dumb in this game, and like I did once, which it caused me to lose 1 million blood echoes. I lost 1 million blood echoes by being dumb. Also, I like Rumi's red eyes. They're very piercing, aren't they? Anyways, but I lost 1 million blood echoes by being a dumbass and trying to get the number as high as I can get it. And then when I tried to make a return, not even a return, I was trying to go through a place to kill more enemies to get more blood echoes. I got killed. And, you know, I thought, no big deal, I'll just make my way back there and get them back. I made my way back there, and I got destroyed. So to make a long story short, don't hoard your blood echoes, your souls, anything like that. Because it takes a long time to get them back. Especially if you lose a very high number like that. Like, that was so many blood echoes. 2 there, 2 there. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. This is probably about as good as I'm gonna get without upgrading my weapon more. Like at the thing, at the workbench. I'm only gonna buy the coat because this coat's ugly and I like the hat and everything. And the gloves and pants, I'm pretty sure, get replaced by the Charred Hunter gear anyway. And I also think that the hat from this outfit, from the outfit I was wearing before, is better. I have enough blood shards, I just don't have enough echoes. So let me sell some stuff that I don't use. I don't use these, I don't use those. None of those. I don't even like these. I'm keeping my Madman's knowledge just in case I want to use it for something. Gonna sell my extra stuff too, like I do in, you know, the other games. Well, the other games that let you. Looking at you, Dark Souls 3 for letting you sell stuff at the ready. And I'm staring daggers at Dark Souls 1 and 2. 2 gets a slight pass because it does let you sell things, but only at certain points in the game.
Welcome, Hobot is very well.
Like, there are 3 very specific points in the game, and if you miss a single one of them, then you can't sell all the crap you've hoarded on your entire journey to get to him. That guy is Gavlin. He appears in the Lost Bastille, the Harvest Valley, I think, and then another place that I don't care to remember. I just know he appears in the Lost Bastille and Harvest Valley. So if you're looking to sell your crap for just basically a bunch of free souls, then go to Gavlin. I appreciate Dark Souls 3 allowing you to sell your stuff to the woman by the Firekeeper just whenever you want. And then Dark Souls 1 is a egregious offender of inventory hoarding because it forces you to hoard because you can't sell things in that game. There's no NPC that you can sell your stuff to. And if there is, I'm not aware of them. Like, I am unaware of any NPC that allows you to sell things to them. Because if there was, I would do it in a heartbeat and drop off the hundreds of items that I have. But yeah, anyway, that's the shortcut to Gascoigne, that little elevator there. Just ride it on up and you'll be fine to go. Also, that ball back there starts rolling soon. Like, it's supposed to start rolling. Just come to the side here and you'll be fine. Oh, I missed something. It's probably blood echoes. Or not echoes, vials. I'm just gonna ignore these guys. Hi, bye. Because they're not worth my time. Same thing with these fine folks right there. I'll be coming back for them to get their echoes as well as that item that they left behind. I'll watch Gascoigne's boss cutscene because, you know, it's kinda important. Also, I won't skip boss cutscenes. I know I skipped a few cutscenes. I think I skipped a few boss cutscenes in Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 2 might be a different story because there are a lot of boss cutscenes in that game and they'll just waste a bunch of my time. But not Dark Souls, Bloodborne doesn't have that many. And even if it does have them, they're usually pretty cool. It's a cool ass intro to this boss. And also, I'm pretty sure every boss that you fight gives you more insight. Like, you get 1 insight from every boss. And for those of you who don't know, you can parry Gascoigne. You can parry his ass. But he can also parry you. So be careful.
What's that smell? The
I don't
sweet
know.
blood.
What is that
Oh, it
smell?
sings to me. It's enough to make a man sick.
Oh, it's the blood. But yeah, he is a hunter, as you can tell from his weapon, as well as the fact that he has a gun. And his clothing and the way he fights. He is a hunter. You just know it. I'm trying to get a visceral attack on him. You know, because they're actually called that in this game. Oh my god. I'm not good at parrying. I'm not good at parrying in any of these games. Bloodborne's the only one I'm kind of okay at with parrying. When he goes beast mode, that's probably the time you want to use the music box, or you can use it at any time, because I'm pretty sure it's fine no matter what time you use it, but beast mode, I find it the best time to use it. Because I'm not sure if it makes it less effective over time. Like, I don't remember if it gets less effective the more you use it. Anyways, the music box has no usage to me anymore. And Father Gascoigne has been laid to rest. Anyways, if you guys want that little girl to die, grab this red jeweled brooch and go talk to her. You'll give her the brooch, and she will go into the sewer trying to go find her dad, or not her dad, her mom, and she will be eaten by that pig. You know, the giant pig that I killed and put my arm up its ass? Yeah, she'll be eaten by that big ass pig. Like, it'll just kill her and eat her. And, you'll be left behind a nice red ribbon to make you feel bad. As well as it has another purpose. You can use it to decorate your little messengers. But as I've stated, I do not care about their outfits. And I don't want to kill her for some outfits, because that's just messed up. Also, Rumi's hair looks black now, because she's all coated in blood. Nice. Anyway, we're gonna get to the chapel, maybe loot it a little bit, and then call it an episode, because this episode has been going by really fast. Kinda like how Bloodborne plays, very fast. Oh, and by the way, the reason I name I'm going to name every character that I play as Rumi and give them a white ponytail is because I am intending it to be like it's the same character in every game. Even though in Dark Souls 3, I know I didn't give her a white ponytail or white hair at all. I know I didn't, even though I want to. I wasn't thinking about it back then. But hey, it's fine. That series is done and over with, and it's not like you could see her hair for most of the playthrough anyway. But in a playthrough like Dark Souls 2, where you're going to constantly see her hair, and same thing for Bloodborne, where you're going to constantly see her hair, because it sticks out of the back of her helmet, or her hat. Also, that's an amygdala, or amygdala, trying to grab you. I call them amygdalas. Trying to grab you and crush you, but anyway. What was I saying? Anyway. Dark Souls 3, you couldn't see her hair most of the time. Dark Souls 2, I wear a crown. I wear the Iron King's crown. Not Old Iron King, because that's a different boss. that you gain from beating the Fume Knight. So that is proof that I've beaten the Fume Knight. Like, I have evidence that I can do it. And also in my playthrough, my personal playthrough to get to New Game Plus, I actually had to fight him with healing, like when he was able to heal himself. So like, for most of the fight, he would heal up some of his damage. He only had one of the little things left. So he couldn't heal himself much, but he could still heal himself. And if you know, I mean, all of you are going to know Dark Souls, because we're doing a whole Dark Souls extravaganza. You know that any amount of healing for a boss is bad, because that is just undoing any amount of damage that you've done. Like, even if it's a little bit of healing, like a little sliver of their health bar gets picked up. That little sliver can be the difference between beating them or losing. You know? Also, the reason I use my blood vials so freely is because you just get so many. Like, you get a ton. They're a very common drop from enemies. And especially if you have item discovery that is high. Like, if you have a high item discovery, you're gonna get a disgusting amount of blood vials. And even if you don't have high item discovery, they're pretty cheap to buy from the store that the messengers have. And these giant guys, just like any other big enemy, you're meant to nip at the heels and cripple them to bring them down to your level. Or you can just, you know, wail on them. Unfortunately, these souls that I have, or not souls, echoes, I'm sorry, I'm coming off a very long time of playing Dark Souls. Like, just like a week straight of non-stop Dark Souls. As you can see, the 10,000 blood echoes that I have, unfortunately, they are not going to go to much use right now, because I might use them to buy the entrance key to get deeper into the Cathedral Ward. Also, there are no mimics in this game, so don't worry. You can open your chests freely. Anyway, now that we've looted this little area, I might use the 10,000 souls for that. Or, not soul, damn it, souls, echoes. Or I can use them to level myself up and get through Old Yharnam. And then use the echoes I get from the Blood-Starved Beast and through my slaughtering of Old Yharnam to buy it. Which I might do that. Or I can farm them off camera so I don't have to waste any of them that I get from my big accomplishments. And you know what, screw it, since we've got probably still got a lot of time left, I'm going to go over here and, you know, see what the happy haps, because we're going to Old Yharnam next anyway, so I might as well set it up. This is a giant chunk of progress done, because I think we all know I'm going to use the souls. Not, damn it, so blood echoes. I'm going to use my echoes to level up as much as I can and get stronger so that I can have an easier time, especially later in the game when the game actually gets very, very difficult. Like with Ebrietas and the Orphan of Kos. Really, this whole... Oh, okay, Rumi. But really, this whole playthrough is kind of a setup to fight Kos. Even though it's not. But it definitely is going to be building up to that. Every playthrough is going to be building up to the big bad that I've set up prematurely, that I've set up before. Like, every playthrough of each of the Souls games is building up to the hardest fight in that game. Every fight before it is just getting strong, allows Rumi, or my character, to get stronger and stronger. And allows my mental fortitude to grow more, you know, so I'm preparing myself more and more, both with my characters physically, you know, getting her swole, with lots of health, stamina, and strength. Also, this guy, he has a side quest.
Take
So let's
this
cooperate.
to celebrate our acquaintance.
He'll give you some fire paper. He'll also give you a gesture.
There must go on.
I know how to
I bid you may